Thank you for joining me in today's session where we will review Adobe Signs mobile app for iPhone. So you could find this app directly on the Apple App Store. Once you download it, you can go ahead and enter in your username credentials. If you do not have any, you will have to create some for access to this app. Once you log into the app, we'll review some of the settings. On the top right, you can go ahead and click on the settings to configure additional external repositories like Document Cloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, and Box. You can also configure single sign-on and select some offline settings as well. You can click on that question mark on the top right, and that will guide you through all of our online tutorials for the Adobe Sign mobile app. And now we could jump into the critical functionality of this application, starting off with the Waiting for You section. In the Waiting for You section, you could go ahead and click and you will see all the documents that require your signature, approval, or just your attention in general. I could go ahead and click on the purchase requisition or general release if I wanted to get any of these taken care of. So I'll just select the contract. And once I select the contract, I could, of course, review it, and I have a few additional options. Of course, I could sign the document by clicking on the little pen on the bottom right. The first time you go to sign a document, you'll be required to type in your name. So let me go ahead and do that just to walk you through that. It remembers my signature, which is why it automatically applied it for me. So this is the experience when you first start. Then you could go ahead and sign the document, and you could click on the little toggle on the left to save this to your profile so you don't have to do this every time. And on the bottom right, you can actually take a picture of your signature, or if you have an image stored on your device, you can use that as your signature as well. The other thing I could do is I could actually say I don't want to sign the document, or I can delegate it. I'll go ahead and just finish. And now the document has been completed and processed. Now let's jump into the next section, waiting for others. In this section, you could go ahead and view all documents that you have previously sent out for signature. I'll go ahead and select this contract that I've sent and is waiting for Aaron Charles' signature. If I happen to run into Aaron, I could go ahead and get his signature on my device. And here it has prompted me to pass my device to Aaron to get his signature. I could also reroute the document for signature. I could cancel it, and I could also set up an automated reminder that will relentlessly remind the participant that they still need to sign the document. Now, let's get a signature in person. So in the next section, you could either send a document out for signature, and there's 4 sections that you need to fill out. But let's get a signature in person. So I'm going to go ahead and select one of the documents. You could see here on the bottom, I could scan or take a picture of a document, or I could again connect to those external repositories. I'm going to go ahead and use a pet store inspection form that I have previously saved here on my mobile device. In this scenario, let's just say I'm a pet store inspector and I'm currently on site at a pet store and I'm filling out my inspection form. And S. Saman at Adobe is the pet store inspector that I will be getting an in-person signature from. This is also referred to as host signing. So what's going to happen now is, because I'm the pet store inspector, I'm going to go ahead and fill out the inspection form. And then I'm going to hand my device over to the pet store owner to confirm and sign. So I'm not going to enter in all of this data. Maybe I'll just say this is in the USA, and I'll select a few of these checkboxes. I'll go ahead and click to send. And so I went ahead and filled out the document, and now it's going to prompt me to hand this over to the pet store owner so that they could execute the agreement. So there we go. Please pass the device to the signer. Once I hit OK, now this device is in the pet store owner's hands, and they confirm that they are who we said they are. They could go ahead and review the document that I previously filled out. They can add some additional notes or comments. And then finally, we could go ahead and get their signature. And it's that simple. I'm done. Now Adobe is asking for access to my GPS, so I could stamp this with the correct geolocation coordinates, and I'm done. A couple other quick tidbits. You'll see on the bottom there's a section for completed documents, so you can review and download all the documents you've previously completed, and you could also review canceled or declined documents. And that's about it, folks. That's our quick overview of Adobe Signs mobile app for iPhone. Thank you for your time.